Our next topic is compact linear operator. Now, the first definition is separable space. So, what is separable space? Let XD be a metric space. A subset A of X is said to be dense in X if A closure is equal to X. So, this is A, which is a definition of a dense set. What do you mean by dense set? Dense set, if we find any set A which is dense in X, if A closure is equal to X. If its closure is equal to X, then what do you mean by this closure means? It means for every P belongs to X, if we have any P belongs to X, and epsilon greater than 0, then there exists a Q belongs to A. It implies distance between P and Q less than epsilon, right? So this is a definition of a dense set. Now, separable space is space X is said to be separable if X has countable set which is dense in X. So if X has any countable set which is dense in X, that space is called separable, right? Now, for example, now this set R is a separable. Why R is separable? R is set of real number. Now, in this set, we have a countable subset which is Q. Q is the set of rational number, and set of rational number is a countable set. So capital Q is a countable set, and closure of Q which is equal to R. If closure of Q is equal to R, then it means its Q is dense in R. If Q is dense in R, then R is a separable. Then R is a separable. Now, why closure of Q is equal to R? Because we know that the set of real number which contains all rational number and irrational number. So set of irrational number are limit points. So they are the limit points of Q. So closure of Q is Q union Q dash. Q dash means set of all its limit point. Then Q plus Q dash. Q dash is set of real number, set of irrational number, and Q is set of rational number. So the union is entire R. It means capital Q is dense in capital R. So capital Q is dense in capital R. Then it means R is a separable. So this is a first definition of this. A complete space. A metric space XD is complete if every Cauchy sequence in X, if every Cauchy sequence in X converge in X. So that space is called complete if in that space every Cauchy sequence is convergent and convergent in the same metric space. Then it is called complete space. Next definition is compactness. A metric space XD is said to be compact if every subset of X has at least one limit point, right? If every subset of X has at least one limit point. This definition may be act as if every sequence has convergent subsequence, at least one limit point means it has one subsequence which is convergent. So it can also be stated as if every sequence of X has at least has convergent subsequence, right? So these are the Both are the definition of compactness. So repeat once again. If every subset of X has at least one limit point, right? Then that is called a compactor. So we already read the definition of limit point. So what is the definition of limit point? If every neighborhood of a point contains at least one point other than the set, that is called a limit point, right? Now, compact linear operator. So our topic is this, which is a compact linear operator. So we already discussed normed linear space n and n dash, linear operator, which is a bounded linear operator. Linear operator means linear transformation. If it is bounded, then it is a bounded linear transformation. So bounded linear transformation is called linear operator. Now in this case, a subset M of n is said to be relatively compact. So it is a definition of relatively compact. So first understand the definition of relatively compact. If n is some space, this is some normed space. Suppose this is some normed space n, right? And M is subset of n. So M is subset of n. That M is called relatively compact if its closure is compact. So in case of relatively compact, its closure is compact. Clear? So because of closure, it is a closed, right? So our purpose is to prove that its closure is compact. So that is called relatively compact. Now after that, an operator T from n to n dash. N is a norm space and n dash is a norm space and T is a operator. Operator means it is a bounded linear transformation. And this operator is called compact. This is called compact linear operator. If and only if the image T of M is relatively compact for every bounded subset M of N. So this is a definition of compact linear operator. So if this is N, again this is N dash, T is operator. So if we have any bounded set on the left hand side, this is bounded subset M of N. If its image is relatively compact means its closure is compact, then this operator T is called a compact linear operator. Clear? So this is a definition of compact linear operator. Now, if in the case of compact linear operator, so if we take some, now understand the definition of compact linear operator once again. If this circle is n normed space, right? And this circle is n dash normed space. This is n dash normed space and T is operator from n to n dash. So this is the operator from n to n dash, right? And this M is bounded subset of n. This M is bounded subset of n. And its image is in n dash. If its image, that is in pink color, T of M, if this image is relatively compact, then this operator is called a compact linear operator. Relatively compact means its closure is compact. Its closure is compact means every bounded set has at least one limit point, number one. Number two, its closure is compact means every sequence has a convergent subsequence, right? So this is the definition of this compact linear operator. Now, one if this is a T operator from n to n dash, and this M is a bounded subset of n, then its image is relatively compact. If its image is relatively compact, then this operator is called a compact linear operator, right? So this is our definition of compact linear operator. Now, after that, there is a theorem. The statement of the theorem is let n and n dash be a norm space, then prove that first A, every compact linear operator, this is a T from n to n dash is bounded. So first result is every compact linear operator is bounded, right? Second result is every compact linear operator is continuous. First is bounded, second is continuous. Third is if dimension of n is infinite, then identity operator is not compact. Clear? Then identity operator is not compact. Now to prove first part, so this is the first part. Let T be a n to n dash is a compact linear operator. It means if we have some bounded set in n, then its image in n dash is relatively compact. Clear? So our purpose is T is a bounded operator. Clear? To prove the bounded operator, we take a unit sphere. This is a unit sphere S which contains all x belongs to n such that norm of x equal to 1. So this is a unit sphere of norm space n. Now also it is a bounded because its norm is equal to 1. Now T, n and n dash be a compact linear operator, and this is a bounded set in n. Then its image is relatively compact by definition of a compact linear operator. If its image is relatively compact, then by definition its closure is compact. Its closure is compact, again by definition of compactness. Every compact set are closed and bounded. So because of this set is compact, so its closure is closed and bounded. By that result, if it is closed, so it is because of closure, it is also a closed. This is a bounded set because it is a this is a bounded. This is a bounded set. If it is a bounded, by definition of bounded, there exists a some positive constant such that absolute value of Tx less than equal to C for every x belongs to n and norm of x belongs to 1 because this set is bounded, right? If this set is bounded, then it satisfies this condition. If it satisfies this condition, then this set, absolute value of Tx, x belongs to n, norm of x equal to 1, less than equal to C, right? Now taking supremum of this set, if we take supremum of this set, so this is a supremum, then by definition, what is this? This is a norm of T. So norm of T is less than equal to C and C is constant, positive constant. So it is less than infinity. It means this T is a bounded operator. Clear? So that is our first part. Every compact linear operator are bounded operator. Clear? Okay. Now after that, as we know that since every bounded operator are continuous and continuous operator are bounded, then it also proves result number 2, B. Because every bounded operator are continuous, it implies T is again a continuous. Part number 3. Now here, n is infinite dimensional. Then our purpose is to prove that I is not a compact operator. Now we take a sum S dash, which is a unit sphere whose center is origin, and it is a closed unit sphere of n with center origin and radius unity. This is S dash. Our purpose is to prove that I n to n dash is not compact. That is our purpose. Now, to prove by contradiction, suppose identity operator is compact linear operator. Now we clearly know that S dash is bounded. If it is a compact linear operator and I is compact linear operator, then for every bounded set in N, it has its image is relatively compact. Now S dash is bounded. So what is its image? Its image is IS dash. So IS dash is relatively compact. If it is a relatively compact, then by definition of relatively compact, its closure is compact. Clear? Its closure is compact. Now it is an identity operator. Now identity S dash, which is equal to S dash. Now taking closure. Since it is a closed set, so its closure is equal to S dash. Clear? So it means S dash is compact. It means S dash is compact. If because this closure is equal to this, and this means S dash is compact. But dimension of n is infinity. Dimension of n is infinity. Then S dash cannot be a compact. Then S dash cannot be a compact because if the compact identity operator cannot be compact in infinite dimensional space. So by this S dash cannot be compact, which contradicts. Hence, our supposition is wrong. If our supposition is wrong, then I identity operator from n to n dash is not a compact. So that is our result. Now, after that, there is it is a very important result, which is let n and n dash be a normed space. So given part and t is from n to n dash, also it is on to a linear operator. So basically it is a onto linear operator. Then t is compact, right? T is compact if and only if every sequence in n dash in this space has convergent subsequence for every bounded sequence xn in n. This is very important result, or it will become the definition of compact linear operator after this theorem. Now we have two part. First part is compact. Second part, every sequence Txn has convergent subsequence for every bounded sequence in N. So remember this bounded. Don't forget bounded sequence. Don't forget it. It is not a normal sequence, it is a bounded sequence. Now, first part. In given T from N to N dash, compact linear operator. So that is given part. And it is onto. That is again given. Our purpose is we take some sequence, we take some bounded sequence in N. Then take their image under T and then prove it has convergent subsequence. That is our purpose. Now, given T from n to n dash compact linear operator, so we take a sequence S xn that is written in the form of S set, which is a bounded sequence in M. Clear? So that bounded sequence represented in the form of set S. If it is a bounded sequence, then it implies this S is a bounded set. Clear? Then by definition of operator, compactor operator, if it is a bounded set in left hand side, then its image is relatively compact. This is by definition. So T of S is relatively compact. If T of S is relatively compact, then its closure is compact. Then its closure is compact. If its closure is compact, by definition of compactness, every sequence has a convergent subsequence. So definition of compact is every sequence has a convergent subsequence. Clear? Now it means every sequence in this has convergent subsequence. So what is this? It is a sequence in this because xn in S, so txn belongs to ts. So this is the sequence of this. So by definition of compactness, every sequence in ts closure has convergent subsequence. It means the sequence txn has convergent subsequence. So which prove the first part. Now second part, converse part. Now given is if we have bounded sequence xn in n. Clear? So our purpose is its image has convergent subsequence. That is our purpose. If its image has convergent subsequence, then our aim to prove T is a compact linear operator. Clear? Now, for every we take xn is bounded sequence in n. So this contains, then its image is txn, and it contains a convergent subsequence, that is this subsequence which is convergent. So I repeat again, this is a bounded sequence in n. Now its image, what is its image? Txn. Its image is Txn. It has convergent subsequence. Clear? Now Txn, the subsequence of Txn is this Txnk. Now this is a convergent. So we have two ways. Either we can say that Txn has convergent subsequence, or the subsequence of Txn is convergent. So this we get, we contain a subsequence x and k such that it satisfies this condition. That is given. So first understand what is given. Now to prove this is a compact linear operator, we take a bounded set in n, and our purpose is to prove its image is relatively compact. Now let I take M, which is a bounded subset of n. This is a bounded subset of n, and it is on. Then its image is T of M. Now our purpose is to prove Tm is a relatively compact or Tm closure is compact. So in order to prove this result, I take a sequence yn be a sequence in Tm. Clear? Now what is T? T is on to. Then every point on the right hand side has its pre-image. So yn can be written as Txn, where xn belongs to M. This is by definition of this. Tm. Now, since M is bounded, this M is bounded, then any sequence inside this bounded set will be bounded. Then it implies Xn is bounded. So this is bounded sequence by given by 1. Its image has convergent subsequence. And what is its image? Txn. And it has convergent subsequence. Clear? Its image has convergent subsequence. Then by definition of compactness, it implies its closure is compact. If its closure is compact, then T is a compact linear operator. So which prove the result. So this is very important result, and it also gives the definition of compact linear operator in term of sequence. Now our next theorem is, let n and n dash be a norm space and T is a linear operator. If T is bounded, now it is converse part, and dimension of Tn is less than infinity, then it implies T is compact. Clear? Otherwise, T is not compact. So T is compact if it satisfies these two conditions. So it will prove in the next lectures